Mic test. Oh, it's working good. What's going on, y'all? We'll be starting here shortly. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Happy Monday. Woohoo, everyone's favorite day. It is, what is that, last? Oh, it is the last day of July 31st, about noon o'clock. It's time for some No Noise with Z-Rex. We will do the monthlies today, too, since they are all closing today. Just kind of taking a quick gander. Nothing too crazy, real flat ass price action, except Pulse is dumping really hard right now for some reason. It's down 40%. Ouch. Let's see. Everything else is pretty flat. A little bit of rally in Russell, but I mean, 0.05. I mean, it can't really get more flatter than that. Yeah, let's see. VIX chilling. Everything's kind of just chilling. Pretty boring Monday outside of Pulse. Gold's above 2K. That's cool. What else was notable that I saw earlier? Oh, oil. Oil is probably the most notable thing, creeping up to that 82 handle. Very important level, as y'all all very well know. Very well know. Some good English. And thank you for also 100 subs. I just noticed I had 100 subscribers today on the channel. So that's pretty cool. Appreciate that, y'all. I enjoy doing these streams, so hopefully we can just keep growing and helping each other find good ways and new ways or old ways to make some money. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate that. Much love. Send it right back at you. Didn't think I would even get 100 subs, really. But hey, here we are. So that's pretty cool. And I think also on my YouTube, I have like close to that as well. Let me see. So again, I do really appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I'm at 115 over there. Not bad. Not too shabby. Anyway, let's talk about price action. Who cares about that crap? Let's talk about the price. Let's start with Mama Bear, as we generally like to do. And it has not done shit since the last video. It's pretty much like the same video. One thing that is kind of interesting about this is we keep just going sideways. We're not getting any momentum. Either way, we're sitting right on top of the 55, right atop pretty much all this business over here looking left. A little bit below the trend line, but close is close enough. So, yeah, it's broken it, but it hasn't got any push to the downside. Kind of like here, it broke it, and then immediately was like, whatevs. Let's go to the weekly. Let's see here. Weekly still looks okay. I guess this weekly close wasn't the best, but also wasn't the worst. We still got major support here. I mean, this is pretty much going to be the same video as Fridays. I mean, as long as we're above the 27,000 handle, it looks okay. Very neutral on the oscillators. Let's even zoom down to crack time frames. Oh, man, right on top of all the EMAs. Look, they are all right here. So there is really good support here. And zooming out to the monthly, too, as we kind of touched on a little bit over on the last video on Friday. Let's see. We've got, man, we almost have a green candle printing here. And we do have a fully open and close above the 21. So that's pretty good. That's actually more bullish for the macro for sure. We had this first attempt open and close right here. Then we got a little bit of rejection, but it consolidated right on the 21. Then we had some good follow through, engulfed the previous 2 months, and now we're actually staying above these two bodies over here. Now we do have still 7 hours left, so anything can happen. But if it kind of hovers right here about 29K, this actually will be a pretty damn good monthly close. Still looking for that 32,000 though, getting above there. Very important. You can see that's where this horizontal is. It's actually like 31.5, but whatever. We're just rounding up to 32,000. I think any time frames pretty much, I mean, outside of like of a 5 minute or some shit, but I think almost any time frame we get a few open and closes above this little swing high, we probably will engage to the next kind of target range on this, which, oh my gosh, I would be looking for a move to probably like 38 at first, and then we'll have to reassess if that were to happen. And then conversely, of course, getting comfy below and into the 27,000 region would start to be a little bit concerning. Let's see. Futures showing us the same thing pretty much. Same on the monthly too. So there's not really anything to add from the futures. Sometimes you do have bifurcation between the two, but not today. GBTC is kind of, I don't want to say it's the ugliest chart, but this little rounded hat looking thing here isn't the best, but above like $18. Don't want to overthink it. It's okay as long as it's above 18. Don't really look at that. Who cares? Moving on. The weekly, look at this. We did get the cross above it. So this is what we were looking on Friday. So for the weekly, if we could stay above here, we would probably get that cross above the 55. So now ever so slightly, we do have a chronological order with upslopes on all the major moving averages on the weekly. So that's a pretty big deal. Monthly is still really struggling to get kind of a significant open and close. It is just right on it. So above, 18, low 1800s on the shorter term, and kind of the macro too is pretty important. And just another few, like a week pretty much, this 200 is going to touch price even if we go sideways. So we should be getting resolution on this formation fairly soon. I would definitely think by mid-August we're going to get some big price action from the crypto land. Also possibly majors too. Oh, look at this, y'all. ETH futures are flashing up here. Volatility flash. That is interesting. Also pretty much supporting the idea I just mentioned that we're going to see price action breaking here in the next couple of weeks. And it's right on top of this trend line. Look at this. This couldn't get more textbook than that. Last time we had a vol flash was back over here at 12 handle at the very beginning of the year, kind of before the rally started. And then there's a couple of them back here before lots of big price action. Very choppy, though, still. This was fresh off that summer dump last year. So, but anyway, this is directionless, but very interesting that it's happening right here on this trend line. And just like Spot's telling us, we really need to get over this like 1920-ish area. We start getting like some 3-4 hour candles closing, open and closing above that. Probably will look pretty damn good. And obviously major resistance is at 2K. Let's go to Litecoin. Litecoin's still kind of chilling. Very flat EMAs, very flat oscillators. But it's inside this box, and it's just inside of this stupid range that we've been in for a long time. We do have pretty good support right here, though, at the 90 level. And the weekly is crossed up. We're still really trapped, though. Look, even the weekly EMAs are creating this box for us. This 55 is almost exactly the bottom, and the 200 pretty much is exactly the top. So you don't see that very often coinciding with the boxes. But this will look real good as soon as it clears $100. ETC is kind of just hanging out, bouncing off this trend line. It's okay. It's definitely it's like the ADA and DOT. There's a couple of charts that look just like this. I mean, man, can't get over this 21 EMA macro. I don't really like that. Really would like to see the the bulls open and close above the 21. They have not done that since all the way back over here last August, actually, the first week of August. So here we are. Maybe we'll get that right off this trend line. That would look really bullish, and I'd be looking for a run to 24 if that were to happen. Bearish wise, if it loses, 17 half again, even probably flirting below 18 at all is going to look pretty nasty. 69 on XRP, not too bad, just hovering right above the 21 EMA after the SEC news. Has just kind of been hovering up here at the top of range, which is pretty good as long as you're staying on the upper third of a big move like this. I mean, that's price acceptance. So the bulls are liking this so far. I'd only change my mind if we lost about 64, 65 cents on this guy. We have had 2 weeks too with nothing, no follow through or anything. So it's a little lame. But oscillators on the weekly still look really good. And daily DMI still looks really good. Really would have to lose 64, 65 cents for me to kind of get concerned about this. And I bet you this is a 382 as well. Yes, it is. 382 that we're bouncing off of. Also supporting that mid-ish 60s area. XLM, this looks pretty good. I mean, this is kind of like a rising pennant type formation where you kind of have the pennant going up this way, or the flag, or whatever you want to call it. And it even kind of has like a little ascending triangle pennant here. So, if this kind of just stays above 14.2, of course, it has to be 14.2. What else would it be? We could do a measured move on this, and that would put this biatch all the way up to the next horizontal resistance at 28 cents. Obviously, there is this box here at 20, nice round number. So that would probably give us a little bit of contention. Bears would probably push a little bit there. But overall, in the longer term, I mean, that is the target off this formation. Pretty crazy. The only way that probably doesn't happen is if Biddy Bitcoin and Mama Bear and Unicorn Shirt Man just fail from these prices. But they've just been dead ass flat for a hot minute. Oh, Tron has been selling off the last couple days, down 6% or so. It's just retesting this little zone, so it's not looking too crazy yet. We did make a higher high. We got higher highs, higher lows for the most part, and this above about 7.5, 7.5 looks okay. Dot is, I don't really like this chart. This is probably one of my least favorite charts. The ones we look at mostly. This little rounded crap underneath all the EMAs. No Momo. I mean, nothing on the weekly. It's just getting beat up. There's just nothing really sexy about this chart until we can get back above like 550s. And ADA is kind of foot and mouth there. ADA is not in the same boat. We actually do have a little trend line here. We are trying to get price going. We have this nice little pumpage on that XRP news. It did do a little bit deeper of a retrace, but as long as it's staying above like this 29 cent area, it's okay. It's okay. Link is still in the box. It's chilling. It's riding up the EMAs. We are, excuse me, we are in chronological order now after yesterday's close. Actually, technically, it looks like it's going to need today's close, but outside of dumping below like 6.9, of course it's 6.9. Outside of dumping below that, this will cross up, and we will have a very, very nice long setup on Link, and that would probably be, that will be intact until we lost about 666. Let's just make it a nice even triple sixes. EOS, this is the one that looks kind of shitty, a lot like Dot, just real bad. I mean, it pretty much is Dot's chart. This is it just doesn't look good. Are we right here at the end at this little apex of this falling wedge that it's been ping-ponging in since the freaking highs all the way back 2 summers ago? Yeah, maybe. But I just really want to see the bulls start making higher highs. Look, this 80 cent level, lower 80s has just been some rejection. So until it really gets back above like low 80s and kind of starts fighting, I guess in the 80 handle in general, yeah, whatever. Bitcoin Cash had an okay day yesterday. Man, that's actually not too bad considering this is going sideways for so long. Let's see here. Yeah, that's not too shabby. I mean, we got this close above all these days. I mean, that's something. So bulls are trying to get this going above 245. Let's just say about 240. This actually looks fairly decent for maybe some continuation. Let's go to the monthly. Yeah, and the monthly staying up here. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of kicking into a bullish posturing, like even macro term. As long as we're hovering above this horizontal at about 210. So not too bad, BCH. Not too shabby. Wow, look at this. BSV in the same boat. Look at this, y'all. Closing up. It did not beat this candle here on the 14th of July, but it is above all of this, above the EMAs. A couple more days up here. We're going to have a nice chronological cross here, a chrono cross. Maybe that's what we can call that, the chrono cross. And oscillators creeping up very nicely. This actually looks pretty good, above 37 bucks right here. Let's see, weekly. Yeah, look at this. Break, retest, liquidation break to previous structure and the 21 EMA. Now we're starting to pick up again. Obviously, there's major resistance at like 44. Oh, I like this monthly candle down here. Big hammer monthly. You don't see hammers on monthly very often. So yeah, about 30. That's saying about 33 is the line in the sand. So we're going to use that longer term macro. This actually looks fairly decent above 33 bucks. Oh no, XMR. Pretty much still sideways, trying to break down here. Losing that 158, it looks shitty. That's not good. Other than that, though, this chart does look pretty damn good above 158. Would like to see these in the chrono cross happen on that, but it's going to need another couple of weeks, it looks like. So we'll see what happens. We are kind of just lollygagging here at this point with no real continuation on this momentum quite yet. Again, below 157, meh. Above 166, let's go. Zcash. Ew, this is kind of turning into a descending triangle right here. Don't really like that. And I'm going to draw these because when I say that, I see them, but I know people are like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? So that's a sloppy descending triangle there, and we are close to the 70-ish percent. Whoops. 70-ish percent fill there. Anything back below 29, man, this thing is going to be pretty nasty. I will say yesterday's candle, I mean, that's pretty good reaction from the bulls tapping about 20 cents below 29. That's actually a pretty good reaction, confirming that that is a very important level. Now, if the bulls aren't able to close this at least above this candle here, like 29.75-ish, not great. There's better charts out there than this one, that's for sure. Sadly enough. Now, on a weekly in a macro, yes, there's nothing really here to show like with oscillators that is bullish or anything. But price action in the chart and structure trumps everything. And so if you're looking at that, you could make an argument that we are at the sell-off lows of the ICO or whatever. We are at this two local lows and we are here. So we are at some major horizontal support. So you could make an argument that, longing here with a pretty much local low stop of right here isn't the worst position. That would be about a 15% risk. For me, if I was going to put in money into this, I would probably use the 618 a little bit lower. So about 26 on this, which would put it at about 10%, whatever. That's splitting hairs in crypto. 5% ain't shit in crypto. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to kind of point that out on the longer macro term. This is a very serious contention point that generally does see some pretty good snap moves to the upside. So there's just some food for thought there. Dash. God, can it ride down this line in this little trend line slide any more than it is? I mean, Jesus Christ. It just doesn't really look that good either. Maybe you have the same. Nah, it's not even the same at all. It's barely holding on. Below 30 bucks, get out of here. Kind of weird that it's the same as Zcash, 29, 30 bucks. That's kind of weird. Well, it makes it easy to remember. But really need to clear back above like 42. Hell yeah, of course it's 42. What other number would it be? And that is a lot of work from here, but that's like macro, longer term stuff. Short term, probably could say like 35 ish. Doji Poo, what is Doge doing? Oh man! All right, so the daily is creeping up here pretty good. The EMAs, I like this kind of little flag action up here above all of this range. I mean, because this is pretty serious. This is a lot of range right here. All this, and we're just camping right above it. This would be a target if I measured this to about these highs, about 9.5 or so. That's pretty good. Let's ratchet out to the weekly. The weekly, the EMAs are kind of all over the place, down, up, sideways, whatever. And there is this trend line cross that seems to be providing some resistance right now at about 8 pennies. But we start getting probably even couple 4-hour closes, open and close above 8 pennies. We can probably look for a pretty good Doge move. Let's go to the 458. Yeah, we don't quite have them. We have like one, and then they get rejected. So we're almost there. This one looks fairly decent. Needs a little bit more time, it looks like, to kind of repair the chart up for the bulls. STX is just shit right now. I mean, until it's back above 65 cents, I don't really like this one. A lot of resistance at this trend line here. Let's go to the weekly. Nah, whatever. Let's look at the monthly Doge real quick. I forgot to do that. Oh, man. 8.1 pennies right here at this 55. The monthly 55 is real critical for me in the longer term, like macros. So there's a lot of resistance at that 8-cent handle. You can see every time it even gets up into 8 cents, rejection. So it is making higher lows, though. So, hey, what's up? Let's go. True to the bears, apparently. Is this kind of a sloppy H pattern? A little bit. Is there a lot of business over here? Yeah, there is. So maybe above like 3 cents, it's okay. Not my favorite chart, though. This one's kind of pushing it. I can't even remember why I put this on the list. It was like Binance was going to use it or something. I don't know. It doesn't seem like anyone really cares about it, though. Radix is barely creeping and about to break the bottom of the edge. It's testy. It's getting testy right now. Below 5.4, dudes. Watch out. Watch LA. That is probably going to lead to some pretty nasty selling. Weekly, though, if you just look at it like this, it is sine waving, and we are just making higher highs, lows, high, low. On top of this, could be really good. If this thing breaks back out of 6.4, I'd be looking for a move at least to upper 7s and probably beyond. That would be a really good structure build on this chart. V-Chain, no, sideways, above 1.7, same shit as Friday. It's just kind of filling this out. Nothing too crazy there. Atom, it's rounded, and it's really needs to get back above like 950. Osmos has just looked like shit for a long time. Until it even gets back above 55 cents, I don't even really care about this chart right now. I'm pretty terrible. Ton, Telegram's coin, looks kind of shitty. Let's see. Yeah, nasty weekly close. I mean, that's a continuation type close. The only thing saving it is it's right up over here in this little business area, so it's kind of in a pretty good contention zone. But man, I mean, maybe above $1, it's okay, but definitely not my favorite chart. Pulse chain just dump chain right here today. Look at this. Wow, most volume on it since pretty much the initial launch of it. Ouch, this is pretty brutal. That is pretty nasty. 50% almost. Is this a buy time? Is this a time to get some pulse chain? I don't know, maybe. I'm wondering why that happened. Did someone find or trying to spread FUD about Richard Hart? I don't know. This is interesting, though. Just barely struggling on that trend line and dump fest. I have to let some time go by to digest that. All right, traditional markets. Oh, we're just kind of lollygagging. Got the vol flash chilling up here. I think pretty much in the next week or two, it's probably either going to be 47 or 45. That's kind of just how this is structured. Weekly still looks fine. Daily looks fine. I mean, I don't see any problems with this. Let's zoom into the 3 hour. 3 hour looks okay above like 45.9 pretty much. And let's look at the monthly. Man, monthly looks pretty good too. And just like we said on Friday, the only thing that's a little bit concerning for continuation could possibly be argued is for the 786 and 886 extension. This is usually where bears will come in and reject some price, especially after long rallies like this. So doesn't always happen. Sometimes they blow right through it, and that's bullish as hell. If we start closing above like 46, 45, and I mean, dude, that probably runs to all-time highs if that were to happen. But right now, kind of just chilling over here in the middle of this upper part of the range. Don't really see anything to add on to that from last video. NASDAQ in the same boat, just kind of chilling. A little bit of bearish divergence between here and here, but nothing too crazy. If we lost like 15,450, be a little bit concerned maybe for a test down here to 15 flat. But man, overall macro, as long as this bitch is above that 15,000 horizontal, I cannot get bearish on this. And now we're getting follow through with the Dow too the last couple of weeks. Let's go to the monthly on it. Man, monthly open and close is about to be over all of these months. Look at this. This could be turning into a really bullish setup, y'all. I know that sounds really foreign to most people, but if you're on YouTube and all this other crap, no matter what kind of channel you watch, I feel like everything is doom and gloom. The end of this, the end of that, the end of da. Don't be watching that shit. Just watch price action. Also, whatever, don't listen to me. I'm just some jackass on the internet. But for me and my personal experience, that is just noise, hence the name of my show, No Noise. We try to remove all that crap. Doesn't matter. And just watch the price. Now, one thing that is interesting up here is we got mega vol flashes right here. So, man, just like the big move on ES to, like 47 and change or like 45 or below, this is probably setting up for a similar structure, either going up to this next horizontal, which is, hold on, let's zoom out a little bit, which is pretty much right at the all-time highs, or we could easily see this bitch come back into range, maybe 34.8 or something like that. But right now, all this stuff still looks bullish. I mean, there's just not, we're getting Russell above 2K. We were talking about that on Friday. That's the only thing that's lagging. We really need to see RUT get its gears and shit together and, hold on, and get above and make a higher high instead of these lower highs and higher lows, which is a symmetrical triangle. But we are actually doing it today. Look at this. We got an open and close starting for this weekly above 1993. Oh, that was a hell of a year. And what is it on the daily? It is 2006 on the daily. And okay, yeah, so we're getting close. We're not quite there on the daily, getting rejected, man. But above 2006, we're probably looking for at least another 40 points on top of that if that were to happen. Conversely, below 1950, we probably just test the bottom of this range. Since we're like in the middle of a 150 point range, that's pretty likely. Man, look at this. The trannies, dude, are just straight vertical. This is crazy. This is pretty bullish posturing. We're only from closing highs. I put more weight on those. Of course, it's at 16.9. What other number would it be? So we're at 16.9. Let's see here. And I don't see anything in the chat if anyone's typed. Sometimes it's pretty glitchy in the chat for TradingView. Just want to put that out there. So if you are typing something in there, I cannot see it. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to make like a Telegram or something where people can type in there because we know that shit works. Let's see. Anyway, 16.9 major resistance. So we get above that. Holy moly, dude. It would just be like, let's go mode. Full bull boner. This looks pretty good on the DAX. Nice weekly close last week. Very nice. Let's go to the monthly. Oh man, the monthly closes today on a hammer on top of range with rejection of the sellers. This is a pretty good setup, man. Wow. Above 16,666, of course. Of course, it's got to be that. We go to above that. That is in full bull mode all the way. I mean, we technically already at price discovery on the upside while we've just been hovering up here. Next target fib extension is 17,700 handle if we get above that. And hell, a 3 hour open and close above the 16.66s will probably do it. Pretty crazy, man. What is China doing? China is back up in the range. Today getting rejected at the top, man. They range trade like mofo here. All the way since the beginning of the year, this shit's been going sideways more or less. And let's go to the weekly. Man, that weekly close was nice last week. This is actually giving me a little bit of a bullish bias on this chart, especially above 3240. This actually looks pretty damn good. See how today closes. We don't really like shooting star candles, but you don't get what you want in trading. You get what you get. Let's see here. Why is this giving me so much space on my axis? Wait, it's taking my real estate up, yo. Nothing here. Let's see. VVIX, nothing here. Did have the vol flash. We did get a little 10% move. Usually you see about 30% moves. Is it done? That's the question right now. If it loses 83.50, then we could say it's done. VIX. All right, let's go to oil because this is the one that's pretty significant price move. Look at this. Big pump. We're up at the very top of the range. $82, y'all already know that is the line in the sand for the Bears. If the Bears let the Bulls get above 82, it's actually technically 82.50. But if they do that, I'm thinking we see $95 to $100 pretty easy, which that might put pressure on markets and stuff because that would be inflation problems and they might have to doctor up the CPI again, since they like to do that when it doesn't fit their narrative. They're like, we'll just change the math, bro. It's good. Anyway, before I digress on that shit too much, price action is king. Don't forget, we just got to look at that. Who cares if they change all that shit? It doesn't really matter. This is the collective knowledge of every single person on the planet. This chart is that trades oil. So don't forget that. You're not smarter than all these people. I'm not smarter than all of them. Nobody is. Anyway, just want to put that out there real quick. What is this? Barrel? Oh, what? I can trade a dry barrel? That's new. I don't remember that part. Okay, the units. Interesting. Looks like I can pair it real quick to... Okay, well, I was changing stuff up here. Anyway, $82, man. $82. Are we about to pass that? This looks pretty damn good. The Momo seems to be there. On the weekly, it needs a little bit more strength. We're kind of neutral on the DMI. But on the daily, man, this looks really good. Let's see, we filled this other gap. I mean, yeah, above like $80. This looks pretty damn sexy. And there's also this nice trend line up and to the right that we're seeing. So keep an eye on this. And you see that bitch go over $82 and does a couple, probably one daily open and close will probably do it. Because you can see we didn't never even got one of those. We almost did here. Nope. Wait, this one I think did. Well, it's 82.16. Is that close enough? Yeah, probably. So we did have one and then immediate rejection within a couple of days. So that doesn't count. We want one with sustainable sideways at least. And better yet, some more girthy candles to follow. So very, very interesting chart there. Nat gas is also kind of interesting. It did make its first lower high, so that's a first signal of potential trend change, but we are still clearly making higher lows here. And above 250, I still think it's intact for this. Clearing this 280 probably opens the door to this 320 area, so we'll just have to see there. ZB, what is ZB doing? Kind of a really tall H pattern here. That's interesting. The bonds, man, have just been total bullshit sideways. It's like once we just started hiking a shit ton, they just kind of been going sideways. They're not dumping, at least, I guess. but just big kind of megaphone pattern. Nothing really good there. I mean, the Bears have the Momo though on the daily, for sure, and they clearly have it on the weekly too. So maybe the 123 handles kind of a line in the sand. You can see some rejections by the Bulls here and here, here and here. So that's a pretty serious area. Above 123, it's okay, but it's mostly just being stupid range bound and boring. Yeah, same with ZN, the 10-year, same crap. Dixie rallying a little strong towards the end of last week, back up into this stupid mini range. I mean, did it dip below $1? Oh, just barely, like 20 cents. Let's go to a weekly. I like to look at weeklies for currency charts. Um, yeah, but this could just be testing the underbelly. Very interesting. So bonds, dollar, kind of lagging. Everybody's wondering when they're going to stop doing hikes, right? That's the problem, though, with oil. If oil is going to keep rallying, that's going to put pressure on them to keep hiking. So we're a little confused here in the market as far as that regard. Oh, wow. This is pretty bearish. Descending triangle, breakdown, retest of said triangle, and getting follow through to the downside. This is actually looks pretty nasty. Yeah, this is actually a pretty gross chart. This is based off, this is just the Treasury Bulls 3X, and it looks like they're getting 3X smashed to the downside right now. Very bearish below 740. It's a very nasty chart. TNX staying. Wow, TNX rallied hard on Thursday. What is this? Above 380. Man, we are all the way up now on the oscillators. Weekly above. Interesting, man. So the yields, they're saying we ain't done going up yet. All right. Keep an eye on that. Euro kind of just chilling. Obviously, this is like the inverse of the dollar. Looks okay above like 109. It's all right. But I don't like taking trades between, y'all already know if y'all watch the show and you get the long term, this is the 200 with the dots, the 21 and 55. When you get priced right in the middle of both of them, I don't really like taking trades there because it's just a crapshoot, really. And that's based off that weekly. You know, obviously each time frame will be different. But yeah, these are I kind of just like to wait, and I also don't trade currencies that much anyway. I'm mostly an equity trader, futures, and crypto, and then I'll do gold and precious metals every once in a while too. Which looks like it's about time to maybe go look at some gold. Look at this. We're right up under this trend line. We're above 2K. We're about to do an open and close. It's not quite above 2K. It's close, though. 1998. Close is close enough. That will look pretty damn good. Let's go to a 2-week. Damn, that looks pretty sexy. This weekly, man, I love the weekly close on gold last week. That's very nice. This should have enough. Bulls should have enough momentum here to at least test up here, maybe to like 2030 off of this run. So let's see if they can do that, and then we'll reassess later this week on Wednesday or Friday, kind of depending on price action, and go from there. But man, yeah, very nice to see gold back above 2K. Silver pumping hard today, or pumping, I wouldn't say hard, 1.9%, right off the 21, right after retesting all of this structure. We were talking about that on Friday. This is looking like a really good area for retesting, and we are getting the Bulls' reaction, as they should, off these formations in a flag above 25.40. I would look for probably new highs, new local highs, not obviously all-time highs, at around 26 and change. Platinum is kind of just hovering right around the horizontal. It cannot get out of this stupid range. Look at this, going back all the way to the fall of 2021. This has been pretty much the middle of all of this wavy price action. And it's the same shit. 950 really needs to clear 1,000 again. Now, could you argue this is an okay entry point? Bouncing and testing the 950 area. Yeah, you could. That's a 618. Would really like to see it get back over this trend line at like 960. But yeah, I mean, so far it's okay. Especially if gold and silver are going to start picking up. That could look really good. Maybe palladium's finally bottomed here. Did go sideways for the better half of a month, or about a month actually. So, back above 1300, yeah, maybe it gets a little rally up into low 14s. And again, if gold and silver are going to start rallying hard, that would probably carry over into some of the other metals. Now, what we don't have is the miners are not agreeing yet. Not yet. We still need to get above about 38 on GDXJ, and the major GDX is $32. So we get back over that at the same time as gold hovering above 2,000. We can probably look for some pretty badass moves on both of those. All right, I think that's it. Let's go look at our blockchain index. Yeah, looking fine up here. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I mean, a couple more weeks are going to be above and have chrono crosses, so that's pretty good. Yeah, above 466, it looks fine. There's nothing really to add into this. There's not any more new data, particularly. And these kind of is what all the miners look like too. Rally sideways. Almost all of them. SDIG is still kind of in the hole. To be fair, SDIG might actually be a good trade here. Interesting. What's their market cap? 448. Damn, they're just not. Look at all this money they're burning, though. Well, Shark, who isn't losing money after the crypto run, especially when you're talking miners? But this is a pretty decent flag right here. Above 725. This actually might be one of the laggard Bitcoin miners, and we're hovering right above here. Because, like I said, if I jump back to all these have already rallied pretty hard. Riot, Green, actually Green hasn't rallied that hard. MicroStrategy. What are some other ones here? These are some more obscure ones that I haven't talked about in a while. Hive ran good. So we got BTCM, we got SDIG, and it looks like Green are the ones that are kind of lagging a little bit. I do have Green, for full disclosure. I do own this right now. So, whatever. So I own that one. What else? I own some Hut too. Own some Green. I did own some Overstock. I'm out of that though. And I did own some Cores, and I'm out of that as well. But yeah, Green I'm holding on to right now. And SDIG, I actually might see if there's some decent options on that. I might try to play a little bit. Although, when you look at these numbers, this is a big move, 100%. But regardless of that, I do like the flag. I like the chrono cross right here. This looks pretty good. Earnings are coming up here early or mid next month. Above $7 though, regardless, looks pretty nice. Let's see here. Top traded. Let's go look at Apple and the big boys. Dude, look at this fucking chart. What is this? Up and to the right. It's just too easy, man. That's a little bit scary, but y'all already know that shit can happen. It can go up and to the right for way longer than you think. Let's just do some measuring real quick. This is about 216 days. Let's see. What is this? This is about 169 days. What is this one here if we take it from this side? This one's about 220 days. Interesting. How about this one? If we I don't know if we take it to here or here. That's a tough one. That's probably curve fitting a little bit. But yeah, regardless, this shit can just keep going up and up. This does look super methodical, though. My buddy thinks AI is pretty much trading all the markets 100%. And he's like totally doom and gloom about it. And I'm like, yeah, but who cares about that? We're above. Everything's in like bullish structures, man. And he's like, oh, it's trash. Whatever. The doom and gloom is just really, really strong. It's still strong, even though we're seeing all this mega pumpage. Microsoft. Okay, this is a little bit interesting here. Okay, let me see here. Weekly still all right. But this chart right here, this could be turning into possible like head and shoulders kind of distribution type pattern. And we've lost the momentum, and we're actually battling out right now at the pivot point, which is 26. So this is pretty interesting, y'all. Back below 325, I would start to get pretty concerned on Microsoft. And if that were to happen, I'd be looking for this gap to fill. This actually might be a good trade for, I don't know if y'all do options trading, but maybe like call spreading that gap because you can probably get it for pretty cheap right now. Or sometimes if you are good at pinpointing price and time, there's a trade called butterfly spreads that are actually pretty cool too that can take advantage of this range as well. So yeah, but below 325, 320, man, there's actually double gaps. There's a gap right here, and then there's a big gap right here. And don't forget, gaps almost always get filled. It's not 100%. There's only 100% in trading, and that is you will lose money, but they are like 90% or something like that. It's very, very high probability that the gaps get filled. So just keep that in mind. AMD, kind of see, look at this. This is all this Momo. It did fill the gap already, and now it's just literally been ping ponging the gap for what is this, late June? Very neutral in the oscillators. Let's go to weekly. Hey, we got chrono set up. This is nice. I like all that. And man, weirdly enough, this actually looks pretty good above $100. I'm sorry, 107. This looks really good. Earnings are coming up though. It looks like, oh shit, tomorrow. So probably wait till tomorrow and see how this gets digested, and then go from there. Unless you're an earnings trader. One of my buddies is a really good earnings trader. He kicks ass doing that shit. But yeah, just playing overstated volatility, selling premium. But yeah, I don't really like to trade them. It's a crapshoot, kind of 50-50, you know. Amazon, let's see. Yeah, still looks okay. We are starting to get that kind of rounded top formation. Oh gosh, I was trying to draw on there for you. We are starting to get kind of some rounded topness right here, so that could be a little bit concerning, especially if we don't make any new highs like right here within the next week or so. And we do have earnings, it looks like, on Thursday. Man, some big earnings are coming through the pipeline this week. Is Microsoft doing earnings too? No. Why doesn't Microsoft show my earnings? So we got Microsoft, we got Apple. Who else is going to be doing earnings? Facebook? No. Disney, looks like they got earnings too. Oh, that's not till next week. Oh, nice Disney pump here. This has been one that I've thought about longing here because it's Disney, dude. Mickey Mouse ain't going nowhere. And it's on this horizontal that's been respected since all the way back in 2014, y'all. Long, long time. So, and the risk to reward is pretty freaking, I mean, it's pretty easy. You just got this local low and you're like, oh shit, okay. So about 5% risk on Walt Disney, or maybe 10 if you wanted to kind of take it a little bit lower into the low 80s. But does look pretty good. I'm gonna actually go look at some. I'm gonna go look at some option spreads. There's a gap right here that looks pretty nice to maybe play from like 94 to 100. There's actually a gap way up here too at 168 from 2021. Will that one get filled? Probably someday. Man, Facebook has just got that methodical up and to the right, like apples, just hovering. Big gap right here, 2015. Big gap at 150 and little gap at 300. So it's kind of gappy here. What's going on? What the? Wow, the weekly is about to get chrono cross in a couple of weeks. Holy shit. Outside of any major dump, it would have to go back below like 240 for that to get negated. Holy moly, man. Who expected that on Meta? I hope some of y'all got some of that move. That was a hell of a move, man. Very nice. Intel is starting to try to pump here a little bit. AMD has been really eating their lunch lately. JP Morgan, of course, it just only goes up. All right. No, really. How about NVIDIA? NVIDIA was the one that looked crazy. All right, so NVIDIA, 1, 2, 3. Yes, NVIDIA has 3 stabs of bearish divergence now. Usually you do get counter trend rallies off of those, and that could potentially fill this gap, but look where we are now. The trend line is actually even with the gap off the x-axis here, so interesting. So to fill this gap, it would have to break trend. Little food for thought there. And the 3 stabs is pretty compelling there. What negates that? Any price action getting above 480-ish. We don't need to look at SPY. That doesn't matter. Let's go look at the majors. What's up? Obviously, oil's kicking ass. Uranium's kicking ass right now. Russia's doing something. Look, KRE's back up. Crisis averted for now. Let's see. What else do we got? Man, I wish I could see the chat because I'm sure there's something in there. Let's see if I type something in there. Well, I can see mine that I just put in there. Well, weird. All right, whatever. All right. I think that's probably it. Let's see here. I kind of want to hold on. No. What the H? Just share me. Share me. Is that right now? No, it doesn't let me see it. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, I can see yours. There we go. We got confirmation, Zor. Thank you for typing that. Appreciate that. All right, I think that's probably it. Let's go look at Dash. Oh, holy shit. Man, we've been watching Dash for a while, and I totally missed that trade. I've been gone a lot of this summer, mostly been camping and on trips in Colorado and the beach and stuff. And man, I hope some of y'all got this because we were talking about Dash being a buy after it broke this little range right here at about 69. Of course, it was 69. Holy moly, nice run, man. I hope some of y'all got that because that was we were talking about that a lot on the stream. So I totally missed that one. That's okay. You can't catch them all. But man, very nice run on Dash. How about Hood also was one that I thought would be, yep, there it is. Nice run over that $10. And now we're flagging out above this high. Hold on. Damn, now we're flagging out above 1250. So above like the 12 handle, this actually does look pretty damn good. Clear up there. I mean, next stop's probably like 15. Cool. Yes, it is cool. Thank you. Fizzy McPhizzson. What is this doing? Oh, man, this actually is a pretty good pattern right here. Nice sideways, easy to read. You pretty much have this like 48 local low as kind of a stop for a long potentially. Not too bad, man. Let's see. Next major point of contention will be like 57 cents. $57. Whoa, not 57 cents. Hold up. That's the wrong way. Crane Shares, the Global Carbon Strategy. What a stupid name. Whatever. Descending triangle, but look at this line here. We're getting forced into it. Possibly with ESG and all that other crap. You know, this could probably turn around at some point. ARC. Oh, Kathy's trying to come out of the woods now. Look at that. And let's go Airbnb. Man, a lot of these little shitty stocks pumped hard this month. Damn it. Oh, well. Snow hasn't done it yet. Snowflake is kind of chilling. Maybe this could be a potential one for catch up. Above 165 looks pretty good. And then 193 as some resistance there. Let's see here. What else do I want to look at? I think that's probably it. I think. Let's look at some gun stocks. I haven't looked at those in a while. Yeah, they ain't doing shit. Just chilling. Oh, man, this one's not chilling. Vista Outdoors. I think they bought a bunch of ammo plays. Wow, okay, so this is actually something interesting. Above 29, this is attempting a breakout right now from a very long consolidation. So about a year consolidation, and we're getting a breakout move this week. And actually, the last couple weeks, we've had open and closes above range. So this is actually a potentially good chart right here, guys. Vista, I'm just reading the ticker. Not too bad there. We're kind of just fanning through some stuff, you know. Just doing our thing. What's solar been doing? What's in phase? Oh, God. First solar's okay, but man, in phase got destroyed. What about Generac? Generac destroyed from 500 to 90. Woo. Nothing too crazy there. How about JK? Jinko's been, pretty nasty. What? Solar doesn't work that good? What's happening? How weird. I guess it has its uses, but whatever. Where is the I'm looking for one of my Deal-em-a-boppers here. There it is. Duke Nukem. I bet all these are rallying good off that news today. Yup, we are getting some good rallies. CCJ is a big one. Wow, CCJ has just been kicking ass. What about triple or quadruple U's? Oh, not so much. Still in sideways. This might be a potential play here. How about Lou? Oh, same here. I kind of like that. So I've all like for this year I've actually liked nuclear as a trade. The narrative seems to be changing around it a lot. Like mainstream media talks about, like it's green, it's cool, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, and so before they weren't doing that, and I do think that that's definitely a narrative shift on their part. I'm going to change this up. These lines are too thick. All right, this actually looks real good above $58. And this is an ETF, so you got a nice, probably a little split there and shared. But yeah, man, nice range here. All right, I'm going to get out of there. We'll talk about some stuff later. I got some things to do in the garage. Much love. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for today on this happy Monday. I hope you have a great start of your week. This has been No Noiz. I am Z Rex. And again, I appreciate the subs. We hit 100 today. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something. Possibly. I'll figure something out. Maybe that might be kind of fun. And outside of that, Bitcoin, you're just hovering. Come on, do something. The wrap up, it looks fine above 28K. ETH looks okay above about 18ish. Let's get our shit together here, bulls. Let's go. Would like to see this chart also cross up and get a chrono cross. We don't quite have that. Still going to need a couple weeks, but hey, it's attempting. We're not crashing yet. Not yet. But anyway, much love, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll catch y'all on Wednesday morning. Peace.